The air in our bedroom felt heavy, like it was holding its breath, as I watched Emily twirl in her new skirt, laughing softly at some private joke. "You like it?" she asked, her voice light but her eyes darting away, a flicker of something I couldn't name. That moment, so small, so ordinary, would be the last time I saw her as the woman I'd loved for a decade. One pull of that skirt, one careless moment, and my world unraveled into a truth that clawed at my heart. We'd been married 8 years, together 10, building a life in our cozy Chicago apartment filled with mismatched furniture and memories, her painting the walls yellow because it felt like sunshine, me burning pancakes on Sundays while she teased me mercilessly. Emily was my anchor, the one who made sense of my chaos. But lately she'd been distant, her smiles forced, her phone always angled just out of sight. I told myself it was work stress, her late nights at the gallery where she curated exhibits. I trusted her. God, I trusted her. That night, she came home late again, her cheeks flushed, claiming a client dinner ran long. She was radiant in that skirt, a deep green that hugged her curves, and I felt a pang of longing for the closeness we'd lost. "Come here," I said, reaching for her, half teasing, half desperate to bridge the gap. She laughed, spinning away, but her heel caught on the rug. I grabbed her waist to steady her, my fingers brushing the hem of her skirt. It lifted just an inch and there it was, a small jagged scar on her upper thigh, one I'd never seen in all our years together. My stomach dropped. What's that?" I asked, my voice tight. She yanked the skirt down, her face paling. "Nothing, just an old mark," she stammered, but her eyes screamed panic. I knew every inch of her body, the freckle on her shoulder, the curve of her ankle. This scar was new, raw, and deliberate like a brand. "Emily," I said, softer now, dread pooling in my chest. "Where did it come from?" She turned away, busying herself with her earrings, but her hands trembled. "You're making a big deal out of nothing, Mark." Her voice was sharp, a blade meant to cut me off. But I couldn't let it go. The scar wasn't just a mark, it was a secret, a piece of her life I wasn't part of. "Tell me the truth." I pressed, my heart hammering. She spun to face me, eyes flashing with something between guilt and defiance. "Fine," she snapped. "It's from a tattoo I got lasered off. Happy now." "A tattoo?" Emily hated tattoos, always called them permanent mistakes. My mind raced. "When? Why didn't you tell me?" My voice cracked, betraying the fear I didn't want to name. She sighed, sinking onto the bed, her shoulders slumping. "It was a year ago," she said, barely audible. I got it with someone. It was stupid, a mistake." The room tilted. "Someone?" I echoed, the word tasting like ash. She looked away, and in that silence I knew. His name was Daniel, a photographer she'd met at the gallery. She confessed in halting, tearful bursts, late-night talks that turned into coffee, then drinks, then moments she swore she didn't mean to let happen. The tattoo, their initials entwined, was a reckless whim, a secret she burned away but couldn't erase. Each word was a knife, carving out the trust I'd built my life on. "I ended it," she sobbed. "I love you, Mark. I didn't want to hurt you." But she had. The scar wasn't just on her skin. It was in me now, a wound that throbbed with every memory of her laughter, her touch, her lies. I wanted to scream, to break something, but all I could do was stare at the woman I no longer recognized. "Why?" I whispered, the question raw and useless. She had no answer, only tears. I left that night, the apartment suffocating with her presence. Walking Chicago's empty streets, I replayed every moment, searching for signs I'd missed. The pain was a living thing twisting inside me, but worse was the shame. How could I not have seen? Trust, once shattered, left jagged edges, and I didn't know if I could ever piece it back together. By dawn I stood outside our building, staring up at our window. Emily's silhouette moved behind the curtain, and my heart ached with love and rage. I could walk away, let betrayal define us, or I could face the harder path, confronting the truth together or apart. The choice loomed, heavy as the morning fog, and I knew nothing would ever be the same. The story ends with the husband standing outside, the weight of his decision unresolved, leaving the reader to feel the raw, open wound of his heartbreak and the suspense of what comes next.